viewers, we're near the Speedway in Fontana. We're going to drive something really fast. Not. We're going to learn how to set up and drive the BNSF SD40. I almost said the other one. I almost said the one with some power. This one has no power. This locomotive has as much power as this bloke has hair. Well, it's got a little bit of power, and he has got eyebrows. There's probably hair in his nose too. Alrighty, first thing we do is we hit ourselves in the face with a door. No, we don't. We come over here. Right. And we turn on warning devices. Magic. Very good. What do we do up here? Oh, yeah. Nothing. They're all on. It's fine. All good. Well, you might put platform lights on. Everything else is fine. The engine's running like it usually is when you find it in this game. Now, of course, there's something very important to do, and that's open a window because it's bloody hot. It's California. Where's this Speedway thing? Oh, over there. There it is, down there somewhere, where all the palm trees are. Alrighty. What are we doing? We're setting up an SD40-2. First thing, reverser goes in. Gen field goes on. Gauge lights go on. Headlight goes. Front lights bright. Has it got a bright and aux? Bright and ditch lights, that's what we want. Okay. Now, our cutoff valve is already set to freight, so that's fine. And we're in handle off, which is equally fine. And the independent brake is fully applied, which is fine. And our MU2A valve is at lead. The MU2A valve controls what the independent brake does. Okay. Let's go then. What else do we need to do? Pretty much nothing. Okay, let's do a brake test. Alright, let's release the train brakes. What kind of train have we got? We've got two locomotives, an SD40 and an ES44C4 on the back. Oh yeah, there's contact signaler up there. There's banking comm for when your locomotives are together. I can see my rear pressure is coming up there, heading at 84. When it gets to 90, I'll be happy. And it's about there, 89.7. I'll accept that. That's pretty good. And we've got our brake pipe is up at 90. Our equalizing reservoir is at 90. And our main res is at about 135, which is pretty much right for this locomotive. Are you doing your part? Saving fuel, it's in your hands. I wonder what's in his hand. But anyway, that's all good. Okay, so let's do some tests. Let's do an application. We should see our equalizing and brake pipes drop a bit, and that's fine. Let's do about a halfway brake. They'll drop a bit more, take a little while. We can see it is dropping at the back as well, which is excellent. Let's do a full service application. You would normally wait a little longer for this to actually settle. You'd want it to sit like that for about 2 minutes, really. Alright, let's dump the air. Bloof. Alrighty. We've driven the cubic foot meter off the chart, and all the air is gone. The equalizing reservoir is dropping as well. You may go, what did he do that for? Well, you're just testing that emergency brakes actually work. Now, I think on this one doesn't have a PCS if I remember correctly, so I should, if I put them back into suppression, we should start to build up some pressure, I think. We may have to wait for it to do that. We may not. Let's just try and release them. There they go. Simple brakes. You don't really have to do anything. Now in a real train you'd pop it into notch 1 right now to speed the compressor up, but that's not simulated. So we are quite happily pumping the train back up. I can see the rear, which is up here on this display, is flying back up. So we'll be about ready to actually move shortly. But first up, let's see where we're going. We're going down there, and then we've got a manual switch which is set, and then we're crossing all over the main lines. Oh, we must be holding up traffic forever. That's brilliant. Ooh, look, there's one of those node hopping points there. And we're going down here along the map, 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 until we get down there. And our points are already set for us. And we're going down into a yard. Lovely. And those points are all set too. Fantastic. Well, I have turned on the safety systems, which in this train is only the alerter. So let's go into forwards. Build some power. You can see power is starting to come on that gauge there. We're in the green zone. I will release the independent brake. And I'm going to trust my track monitor that says I have 2 yellow signals, because I look up there and I go, yeah, alright. And we don't want to go too quick because we're up to 215. Let's kill the Beelzebub. This locomotive does also have dynamic brakes. So if I can go into dynamic 1, should really go into setup and sit there for a bit. Dynamic 2, and we're starting to see it slowing down. Our feet per minute thing is starting to drop. We're going a bit quickly through here, but that's okay. Don't worry about it. It's great. You can see on the gauge there that the dynamics are coming in because we're going to the left of the 0, which means we're starting to brake. Here's another one of the fun trains you can drive. Most of the freight services on this one, as far as I can tell, all these little short services, they all dovetail into each other. That's ironic. They dovetail. Anyway. Which makes this one of the cooler freight routes to drive. Because even though the freight services aren't long, basically you finish one, you just go back into free roam from the main menu after you finish it. So you go continue, free roam, and you're in the next one, ready to go. In the same locomotive. It's really cool. Oh, we're allowed to do 55 now. Why am I slowing down for? And we're in Speedway, so let's Beelzebub. Now the dynamics are off, we can start powering up, and we will see this gauge start to go into the green. Indeed we are. We've got to go 1.2 miles, we might as well accelerate. And since we don't have any couplings to worry about, Beelzebub buff, there's no people here on the platform today, it's fine. You'd never try and accelerate like this in a freight train because you'd just snap it in half. But because we've only got 2 light engines... Ooh, there's a person. You know no trains are going to stop here for a week, mate. Sorry. There we go. Throttle off again. We fly over the speed limit. Excellent. Perfect. But that lets me show you this. We can do a little bit of an air brake reduction, and we'll slow right back down. But you can see why I use the dynamics a little bit more than the air. In fact, I'm going to use the dynamics a lot, because I think we're about to turn left. Or use the air a lot, I mean, because I think we're going to turn left here. It's going to be a bit rough. Hold on! Wah! See how slow the air brakes are? Very slow. Dynamics react much more quickly. That's why you want to use them. And conversely, the air brakes pump up slowly too, so you release them long before you get to the speed you want, and then hopefully you'll be at the speed you want when they fully release. That'd be handy, wouldn't it? Ooh, this yard's a bit steep, so I might just use a bit of independent brake to slow us down here, because we're going down rather a steep gradient. And I'm using the independent brake because we're light engine. It's perfectly okay to do that when you're light engine or when you're shunting. And you can see the independent brake reacts very quickly. Why? Because it's only braking this locomotive. Shut up, Belle. We're almost down to our stopping point now. I haven't actually heard the alerter go off. We're being naughty again, though. Coming up to the stopping point. We didn't hear the alerter, but if it were to happen, you press Q on your keyboard, or circle or B on your controller, depending on its flavour. How do you work out a controller's flavour? Do you lick it? Not sure about that. There we go, that'll do. Great, 3 yards. Awesome. Couple to formation. Oh, is it that kind of tutorial? Where's our formation? Where is it? We're going to go down there. Oh, it's up behind us. Alright, we'll do this, because, you know, this tutorial hasn't been running very long. Need a bit of time. Let's do that. Let's go back in the cab. Into reverse. Start building some power. Notch 2 will do it, because we've got to go back up a fairly steep hill. Power is cranking on. We can see the power's gone into the green on the gauge on the right. Release the independent brake, and we should start running back up the hill. Lovely. Don't want to go too hard though, so let's notch back down, because when you're coupling, you don't want to do it any more than about 4 miles an hour, and right now we're doing just under 10. So even though we're going up at nearly 2% grade, have to watch ourselves and be careful. See, gravity's starting to slow us down now. We're down to 7.4. I'm looking at my rail driver over here. It's a desktop controller if you've never met one. Very handy things for driving trains. Quite like the realistic thing. Alright, we'll throttle off now because we're getting rather close. Throttle back on because we're going to be too slow. At notch 1, the diesel won't rev up very much, if at all. We're just on the outside camera here. If you're using a controller, you can tell the game in the options which cameras you'd like to use. So you're always stuck with the inside camera, but you can choose which of the outside cameras that you get when you use the change camera button. It's always a bit of fun. Come on, you pumpkin. Let's go couple up. And then we'll sit here and pump a train up. That'll be fun. Alright, nearly there. We'll just let gravity kiss them together. We're going to make it? Oh no, we're not. Bit of independent brake to slow the crawl down the hill while it builds some power back up. And we'll bonk into them. There we go. Bonk. And let's do a full surface brake. Back in the cab. And we'll go back into forwards. Now, because we've just hooked up a new set, I'm independent brake to full application. I'm releasing the train brake, and we'll watch it pump the train up. It'll be a little while. We can see on the box up here that it's climbing. It's got to get up to... What this one run at? 70? 80? 90? Something like that. We'll soon know. 80, I think. It's different on different trains in different places in the world. If you need to hook the locomotives together, so it doesn't matter when they're coupled together, you don't need this, but if you've got DPUs, distributed power units, throughout your train, you need to push this button on the lead one before you change the reverser position. Contact signaler, or dispatcher, is over there. Alrighty then. I think the next thing to show you while this is pumping itself up, because we have been running just a little while now, is putting this thing to sleep. So, reverser back to neutral, and you would take the handle out, generator field off. We've got our independent brake fully applied already. We will put the automatic brake handle into handle off. Set the cutout valve to off. I'm going to leave the MU2A valve alone because, as it would happen, this would probably just be straight back into it on this locomotive. So we're going to leave it on dim too, because chances are whoever's going to take this train now is going to want the headlights on. Let's come down this side where it's sunny. It'll be warmer. After all, it's California. You need more sun. There you go. It's a relatively simple beast to drive, the SD40. So, enjoy. Look how many bloody hose bags and glad hands it's got. There you go. Anyway, if you've got any questions or comments, chuck them down below. If this has helped you, give it a like and a subscribe. And, yeah, enjoy. See you later.
We played a game.